Money moves globally, but power decides where it stays. How do rich countries keep poor countries dependent? At first glance, global trade looks fair. Countries exchange goods, services, and capital. But in reality, the system is not neutral. It is structured in a way that often keeps developing nations dependent on stronger economies. Not through force, but through finance, trade, and control of key systems. 10 ways rich countries maintain economic influence over poor nations. 1. Control over global financial institutions. Major economies hold strong influence over global financial bodies. When developing countries need emergency funding, loans often come with conditions like policy changes, spending cuts, or economic restructuring, which shape how those countries run their economies. 2. Debt dependency cycles. Many developing nations borrow in foreign currencies. When their currency weakens, repayment becomes more expensive. To manage this, they take new loans, creating a cycle where debt never truly disappears and dependence continues. 3. Trade structures favor value extraction. Poor countries often export raw materials and import finished goods. Since processing and branding happen in richer nations, most of the profit is captured there, leaving limited value for the exporting country. 4. Currency dominance. Global trade is largely conducted in strong currencies like the US dollar. This forces weaker economies to maintain foreign reserves and remain exposed to external monetary decisions they do not control. 5. Capital flow volatility. Foreign investment can enter quickly but also exit just as fast. Sudden capital outflows can crash currencies and destabilize economies, making long-term independence difficult. 6. Technology and intellectual property control. Advanced economies control patents, innovation, and high-value technologies. Developing nations must pay to access these, limiting their ability to move up the value chain. 7. Multinational corporate influence. Large global corporations operate in developing countries but often transfer a significant portion of profits back to their home countries. This reduces the long-term wealth retained locally. 8. Commodity price dependence. Many developing economies rely heavily on a few exports like oil, minerals, or agriculture. Price fluctuations in global markets create unstable income and limit consistent growth. 9. Policy influence through aid and investment. Financial aid and foreign investment often come with expectations or informal pressure, influencing domestic policies and reducing economic independence. 10. Brain drain. Skilled workers often migrate to richer countries for better opportunities. This reduces local talent, slowing innovation and long-term development. Real-world example. Imagine a country that produces raw cotton. It exports the cotton at low prices to developed nations. Those countries turn it into branded clothing and sell it globally at much higher prices. The majority of profit stays with the companies that manufacture and market the final product. To build infrastructure and support its economy, the country borrows money in dollars. When its currency weakens, its debt becomes more expensive. To manage this, it borrows again. At the same time, foreign companies operate within the country, generate profits, and send a large portion of those earnings back abroad. Skilled workers leave for better opportunities, slowing domestic progress. So the country keeps producing, keeps exporting, keeps borrowing, but struggles to move up the value chain or break the cycle.